Chip Week, Day 2. Greetings and welcome back to Day 2 of Chip Week on the Vodkast. I'm your host, as always, Geycen Oliveira. With us today is the Lay's Sweet and Spicy Honey. This is exciting. It's a little sweetness in it. It's a little spiciness in it. It's also what they used to call me back in high school. There have been many attempts in the last few years to combine honey and hot together. I believe Mike's Hot Honey was the first one to do it. If you go back here, you can check out that video the first time I got my hands on some Mike's Hot Honey. I imagine this is supposed to be similar to that in regards of the fact that it's honey and it's also spicy, which honey, if you didn't know, it's normally not very spicy. It's usually pretty sweet. On day 1, we took on the Pringles. If you want to go back and check out that video, it's right there. We took on the spicy chili sauce and the all-dressed Pringles. So day 2 is Lay's. I'm also going to include the Salsa Fresca along with this review because I didn't want to do another Lay's. There was the Cuban one, but I think we've done it before. But we recently did the Salsa Fresca, which was a really good chip, by the way, if you want to check it out. There's that review there. I'm going to run out of cards if I keep doing this. So let's give this a smell and see what we think. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of got that smell to it. I think Pringles did a hot honey as well, if there's a video. I think I got one card left. So I think I enjoyed those. I like the idea of sweet and spicy together. It's one of those like savory things that just, it makes me feel warm and cozy inside. You know what I mean? Let's give one of these a whirl and see what we think. There's not a lot of dusting on these, I'm noticing right off of the bat. See if I can find one that's not shattered. All right, well, this is part of one. Yeah, looks like a normal chip. I don't see a lot of dusting, but we'll see how sweet and spicy it really is. Here we go.
I feel like there's something stronger. After outside lingers longer. 'Cause I feel
That's a mighty fine chip. The spice definitely gets you after you've swallowed it. It's really sweet all the way through, pretty much. I was like, where's the spice? Where's the beef? And it was there. Had to wait for it on the back end. It's pretty tingly, too. If yesterday's spicy chili sauce Pringles were a 2 or a 3 on the heat scale, I'd give that a 3 or a 4. A little bit hotter than the Pringles. Very, very tasty, though. I love the slow release of the heat where you hit right up front with the sweetness on the chip, something you're not very familiar with. If you go back, I think this is my last card here. This was a very strange chip. I can't remember what it was called. It was the IHOP chip by Lay's, the strawberry waffle chip. And it kind of has that same idea right at the beginning where you get that sweetness to it. But of course, with this, you're not getting a waffle flavor or any other kind of flavor. You're strictly getting hot honey flavored. I don't detect much of the honey. I guess the sweetness is the honey, but I've never been a big fan of honey. I've never really like gone out of my way to put honey in things. I've always been, if I'm going to have a coffee, I'm going to put sugar in it. I'm never going to drink a tea, but if I did, I probably wouldn't put honey in it. All right, let's score these. I'm going to give them an 8. I really enjoy them a lot. They're definitely different. They're unique. They're not your typical run-of-the-mill Lay's that they put out, you know, your basic salsa flavor. As good as Salsa Fresca was, it was a salsa flavor. You know what I mean? There's nothing too unique or different about that. The hot honey has been done before a few times, but they did it right, and they did a great job on it. So good job, Lay's. Coming up next, on day 3, we are going to do the Doritos. We're going to do the Jumpin' Jack Cheddar, or whatever it's called, Jumpin' Jack Cheese Doritos. And I also want to include the Baja, the mango, spicy mango chips that were done there. That's going to be part of that series. If I can't add any more tags, but it's out there if you're interested in checking it out. I thought they were going to be the chips of summer, but we will decide after this week is over what the real chips of summer is. And I'm slowly compiling a list here if you want to check it out with the scores of the ones that I've already reviewed. And by the end of the week, you will know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, beyond the shadow of a doubt, you will know beyond the shadow of a doubt what the true chip of summer is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I've really liked making it. And if you guys are loving the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hitting the little bell icon because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit honeylier. Together, let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you a little bit further on down the road to 50. Take care, my friends, and happy adventuring.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.